Honestly, I was shocked by how much I ended up enjoying this movie. I didn't go in with low expectations exactly, but I definitely wasn't expecting it to be this good. Before we jump into the rankings, I just want to take a moment to talk about how I felt about the film overall. I'll drop a timestamp so you can skip to the ranking if you want. So, about the movie, the story was genuinely great. Not mind-blowing or super deep, and yeah, the pacing was pretty quick, but it was so efficient. It kept things moving, and I was entertained the whole time. It's your classic find-yourself journey, but pulled off with really solid execution. If I'm being picky, I think it could have hit even harder emotionally with like 10 to 20 more minutes. Maybe a bit more backstory for Rumi, a proper epilogue for her and Celine, and some extra screen time for Zoe. But even without that, it still felt complete and satisfying. Now, the animation? Gorgeous. Super stylish. You can definitely feel the Spider-Verse influence, not just with the choppy-on-purpose frame rate, but also the composition, the color, the energy. Every frame was alive. And the gag animation had me actually laughing out loud, like full-on snorts. It was that good. And the music, oh my god. As someone who already listens to K-pop and pop, the soundtrack was peak. I really thought the songs would be watered down or too westernized to appeal to a wider audience, but nope. Every single song slapped. They legit sounded like stuff you'd hear from real K-pop groups today. Maybe even better, because of how perfectly they were tied to the scenes. I added the whole soundtrack to my Spotify the second the credits rolled. For me, it's a solid 8 out of 10. It does exactly what it sets out to do, and it does it really well. If you're even slightly curious, give it a shot. You might be surprised too. So now let's start ranking. So, the movie wraps up with this big final track, What It Sounds Like. It's where Rumi finally understands that the whole plan to seal the Hanmoon and wipe out demons wasn't right. She realizes her real mission isn't about dividing people. It's about unity through individuality. The message is powerful. Rumi sings not in that super polished K-pop style we've heard earlier, but in her rawest, most honest voice. When she sings, "This is what it sounds like," it's basically her saying, "This is who I really am." And yeah, conceptually, that's super strong. You literally see souls waking up, people joining in, this energy spreading through the crowd and beyond. It ties into the movie's message that music, identity, and connection are what truly heal us. That said, I liked the song, but as the final song, I didn't feel as emotionally hit as I expected. Like, it's good, it carries the message, it has the energy, but I personally felt like it needed just a bit more punch to really land the climax. This ballad between Jinu and Rumi honestly hit me way harder than I expected. It's not just a love song, it's two people at their most vulnerable, opening up about their fears, their hopes, and what they wish could be real between them. They even hatch the plan that they're going to work together to eliminate the demon within them. At this moment, their idea of how to do this is wrong. But we're rooting for the fact that they both want to do this. And it's the moment that you really believe these two are going to end up together. The vocals reflect that too. Like they're not just performing, they're confessing. It feels deeply personal. Like they're singing things they've never said out loud before. It's raw. And it makes you want to root for them, even if the plan isn't perfect. By the end of the song, there's this quiet hope that maybe, somehow, they'll make it. Whether it's romantic or not, you believe in their bond. It's a beautifully honest moment that really stands out in the film. Okay, let's talk about Takedown, because this song is intense. It's basically a rage-fueled diss track, not just against the literal demons threatening the world, but also the ones threatening Huntrix's identity, their careers, and their entire fan base. You can feel the anger behind every lyric. It's meant to be intimidating, to hit hard and make a statement. We're not backing down. But what really stood out to me is how messy and personal it gets for Rumi. She's half demon, right? So while the others are going all in on this battle cry, she's stuck in this horrible position. She wants to fight with them, but she knows deep down that if Mira and Zoe found out who she really was, they'd turn on her in a second. That tension is brutal. There's this moment where she's literally in the studio trying to rewrite the lyrics, to soften them, because she knows those words are basically aimed at her. And it's heartbreaking, because she's trying to protect herself, but also hold on to the group. And then it gets worse. The twist where demons disguised as Mira and Zoe reject her version and go ahead with the original song. That hit. Watching Rumi stand there, powerless, as Takedown gets performed at her, like her nightmare playing out on stage, it's rough. Visually and emotionally, that scene is just brutal. The song itself is great as a battle anthem. It's loud, sharp, and cathartic. But the story around it, especially from Rumi's perspective, is what makes it really stick. It's not just about defeating demons. It's about identity, shame, and the fear of rejection. And that gives it way more emotional weight than you'd expect from a diss track. Soda Pop. This track is honestly genius. This is the one that introduces the Soulja Boys, and it absolutely nails that bubblegum K-pop boy group vibe. Think BTS's Butter. Super smooth vocals, perfect smiles, flashy choreo, the whole thing is just dripping with charm. But the best part is the layer underneath. Because yeah, on the surface, it's this super fun, feel-good bop, but if you actually pay attention to the lyrics, it's low-key terrifying. They're literally singing about devouring you. Like, we'll eat you up, drink you down, feed on your soul, but in the most upbeat, radio-friendly way possible. It's hilarious and creepy at the same time. Also, the choreography? Iconic. Like, I can already picture the TikTok trend that's going to come out of this. Let's talk about how it's done, because this track is so good, I swear it was written with Blackpink in mind. This is the first real moment where we see Huntrix come together as a group, and right away, it just sets the tone. The second the beat drops, you already know what kind of ride this movie is going to be. It's flashy, powerful, and unapologetically fierce. This is their debut. But not just as idols, as fighters. But what really takes this scene to another level is the animation. It's insane. The fight choreography and dance are perfectly synced to the music, like beat for beat. Every step, every punch, every dramatic spin. It all lands right on cue. You can tell the animators went all in on this one. It's just so satisfying to watch. Alright, I know your idol might not be the flashiest or the most talked about song in the movie, but honestly, it deserves this spot. The Soulja Boys aren't just idols. They're literal demons, and the song is part of how they control people. It's made to sound sweet and addictive, but it's actually about possession, obsession, and draining energy from fans. The song's all about luring fans in, hypnotizing them to feed their souls to Guima and break the on-moon barrier. The Soulja Boys are out here pretending to be your idol while being total bad guys. The song hits at a point in the film where the stakes are high, and it's a battle for the world. By now, they have so much power over their fans that they come right out and say it. I'm going to be your idol. I'm going to be in charge of you. I'm going to rule you. You are no longer powerful. You are powerless. It's creepy, but so addictive. I love your idol. It's catchy, evil, and honestly has me rethinking my loyalty to Huntrix. It makes the whole villain side of things way more interesting. Plus, it's kind of a banger. It's a mix of SM entertainment drama and Disney villain flair, and I'm totally here for it. Out of all the songs in K-pop Demon Hunters, Golden isn't just the catchiest, it's the heart of the film. It's that perfect blend of story, emotion, and musical energy that makes you stop and go, oh, this is it. In a traditional musical structure, this is the I Want song. The whole point is, it's all going to be golden. We want to fulfill our destiny. The song opens with Rumi's haunting line, I was a ghost. I was alone. And right there, you feel what she's been carrying. That invisibility, that loneliness. But then it builds. And not just musically, but emotionally. The song dives into Rumi's inner thoughts, her struggle with feeling like an outsider. In the middle of the song, there's this bridge with Rumi alone in her dressing room. Suddenly, the vibe shifts. The song goes from this soaring, inspirational pop anthem to something quieter and darker. She sees the demon patterns forming on her arms and hears Zoe and Mira laughing through the walls. She's looking at herself, realizing just how isolated she is. She's scared, but then she pulls herself back together. The production is massive. Shout out to Teddy Park and Ian Eisendrath. But what really sells it is the performance. EJ, as Rumi, completely owns that vulnerability. Audrey Nuna and REI Ami bring the fire and the attitude. Together, they build this huge anthemic moment that honestly feels like the K-pop version of Avengers Assemble.